The first concept tested in coordinate geometry is nothing but distance between 2 points. So let's say there's a point x1, y1, and there's a point x2, y2. So this entire chapter is a very formula based chapter. That's the reason this is pretty simple, and there is not a huge number of formula, very small number of formula, and that might be known to all of you. But let's do it. So the first concept that is tested in coordinate geometry is distance between 2 points. In fact, in my exam, this was the first questions of math that they have given 2 points. They have asked me to find the distance. So there is x1, y1, x2, y2. What is the distance formula? So I can say x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. This is distance between 2 points. Or we can say x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Just ensure that you do anything. You can do here x1 minus x2, you can do here y2 minus y1. That's also not an issue at all. But just keep in head that maintain the sync of a point. If you're doing x1 minus x2 whole square, it should be y1 minus y2. If you're doing x2 minus x1 whole square, it should be y2 minus y1, so that there is no confusions at all. So maintain the sync of the point in the way you are writing a formula. So this is a formula to find distance between 2 points. Imagine they have given you point 1, 2 and point 3, 4, and they're asking you to find the distance. You just have to put into this formula 4 minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus 1 whole square. That's it. Clear? So imagine this is a coordinate plane. In this coordinate plane, this is a point which is P. Let's say this is AB. And this is a point Q. Let's say this is CD. Agreed? So what is the distance between point P0 and Q0? Can you give me a moment?
Root of b square plus a square.
Hey, sorry. I'm so sorry. So what is the distance between point P0? Can I say it is a minus 0 whole square is just a square plus b minus 0 whole square is just b square. And what is the distance between point Q0? Can I say c minus 0 is c square plus d minus 0 is d square? So distance of PO and QO is this, right? And if I say you P and Q are equidistant from the origin, point P and Q are equidistant from the origin, can I say root A square plus B square is equal to root C square plus D square? That is nothing but A square plus B square is equal to C square plus D square. Am I right? Agreed? So if I say you that point P, that is AB, and point Q, that is CD, are such points on the coordinate plane, are such points on the coordinate plane such that A square plus B square is equal to C square plus D square. Can I by default confirm that point P and Q are equidistant? Right? I can by default say this now. It says point P and point Q, ABCD are the points on coordinate plane such that A square plus B square is equal to C square plus D square. Now, just by looking into this particular information, can I confirm that point P and Q are equidistant from the origin, right? Because if at all point P and Q are such points And if they're equidistant, I'm getting a square plus b square is equal to c square plus d square. That's it. So based on the simple theory, we have some problems to do. Can we try doing question number 3, please? C. Yeah. Because it says that in rectangular coordinate system, R point R is in UV equidistance from the origin. If they are equidistance from the origin, I just have to prove R square plus S square is equal to U square plus V square. That's all. This is what we need to prove. So R plus S is equal to 1. No idea about U and V. Not sufficient. Here I have U, the value of U and V. Can I do U square? Can I square both the, because I have a liberty of getting U square plus V square. I don't know what exactly I'm going to get, but I can always have that liberty. So what is U square? 1 square plus a square plus b square minus 2ab. And what is v square? A square plus b square minus 2ab. If I add both, what happens? U square plus v square is nothing but 2 plus r square plus s square minus 2 r plus s, right? So can I say, I don't know what the value of r plus s from statement number 2. So I can say this is not sufficient again. But when I combine this, r plus s is equal to 1. So if you replace this r plus s is equal to 1, your 2 gets cancelled and you get u square plus v square is equal to r square plus s square. So see. Any problem, anybody? Mahak, is this clear?
Yeah.
Can we do question number 5, please? Mahima, any problem?
No.
So it says what a square plus b square is equal to c square plus d square. So this is distance is equal to this distance. Again, it says e square plus f square is equal to z square plus h square. It means this distance is equal to this distance. So this plus this should be equal to, imagine this is 1 and 1. This is 2 and 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2, 0. Simple question. Question number 6, please. This is root 2a plus 9. not 2a plus 9. 2a plus 4 and root 2a plus 9. So what is distance between kg? So kg is equal to 2a plus 4 minus a, that is a plus 4 whole square. Sorry. Plus root 2a plus 9 minus 0 is 2a plus 9. Because if you do whole square, root will cancel. So that is nothing but a square plus b square plus 2ab plus 2a plus 9. That is nothing but a plus 5 whole square, and kg is nothing but a plus 5. Now they're asking you, is this number a prime number or not? And for this to be a prime, I need to know the value of a, or else how is that possible? Option number 1 says me a can be 6 or -1, right? Yeah. If you factorize this, you will get a is equal to 6 or -1. Simple, straightforward logic. Now, when you put kg as a equal to 6, that is 6 plus 5, 11, prime number. And when you put minus 1 plus 5, that is 4, not a prime number. So I have a yes situation, I have a no situation, not sufficient. The statement number 2 says a is greater than 2. There could be a multiple value. For some values, it could be a prime. For some values, it may not be a prime. So again, this is not sufficient straight away. When I combine this, what happens? A greater than 0, a is equal to 11 or a is equal to 4. A is equal to 11, common term out. And 4 is equal to 11, this is a prime number. For a, if a is greater than 2, you can take a as 6. So option number 1 says a is equal to 6 or -1. Option number 2 says a is greater than 2. If I combine them, I'll get a is equal to 6, and for 6, this is a prime number. Let's see. Correct. Question number 8, please. So what is the distance between point PQ? 7 minus 2, 5 is square, minus 3 minus 9, 12 is square, that is 169, that is 13. So 13 is nothing but a height of equilateral triangle. This is 13. This is 90. All the equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. So this has to be 30. So it has come into form of 30, 60, 90. This is A, this is A root 3, and this is 2A. All we get to know is A root 3 is equal to 13. A is nothing but 13 by root 3. And 2A is nothing but 26 by root 3. So this is 26 by root 3. This is 26 by root 3. This is 26 by root 3. Simple, straightforward logic. Now, what are they asking you? Area of a triangle. So half into base. Because in equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. So all will be 26 by root 3 into height. 213 is 169 by root 3. This is the answer. Can we do question number 9, please? Take 2 minutes. So what it says, so the coordinates of point B are 0 and point 3. 0 and 5 root 3. What is 5 root 3? This entire distance is 5 root 3. I don't know what is the distance of AB. So not sufficient. Second says coordinate of point C is 6 and 3 root 3. So what is 6 and 3 root 3? 6 is this distance, 3 root 3 is this distance. So you get to know the height. Moment you know the height of equilateral triangle. We just knew the height, we could get the area. So from a statement number 2, you get to know the height, you will get the area. Sufficient. I hope it's clear. Question number 11, please. Any answers? So it says what P and Q are non-zero number. where P is not equal to Q, in which coordinate system does point P and P minus Q lies? So before you get into this coordinate system, there is a simple logic that this is called first quadrant coordinate plane, this is called second, this is called third quadrant, this is called fourth quadrant. First quadrant A and B both are positive in cost. In second quadrant, X is negative, B is positive. In third quadrant, both are negative. In fourth quadrant, X is positive, Y is negative. Simple, straightforward logic. So this says that P and Q are non-zero number. P is not equal to Q. In which quadrant coordinate system P and P minus Q lies? So to understand point AB lies in which quadrant, what I need to know? I need to know the sign of A and B. Simple, straightforward logic. There is nothing else that we have to know. So my entire job in this question is to understand what is the sign of P and P minus Q. Once I get the sign of P and P minus Q, I'll be able to understand in which quadrant these 2 points lies. So it says that P and Q are non-zero number where P is not equal to Q. So option number 1 says P and Q lies in fourth quadrant. What? So option number 1 says, so the pen is not working. Oh, no. Option number 1 says P and Q lies in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, P is positive and Q is negative, right? So from fourth, I know from statement number 1 that P is positive. I know Q is negative. If Q is negative, P minus Q will be positive number for sure. So I've got what? I've got P positive here. And I've got P minus Q positive. So it lies in the first quadrant. That's it. So sufficient. Option number 2 says Q and minus P lie in the third quadrant. So in third quadrant, Q and minus P lies. In third quadrant, both are negative and negative. That's it. So I get to know Q is negative and negative of negative P, that is P, which becomes positive. So again, P is positive, Q is negative. So P minus Q will become what? Positive. Again, lie in the first quadrant. So answer gets to D. Both the statements are individually sufficient. Any doubt? Question number 12, please. A. Yeah. So what is the distance between this is 7, 4, this is, what is the distance between RP? 7 minus 4, 3 square plus 4 square, that is 5. What is distance between PQ? 4 square plus minus 3 square, that is 5. What is distance between RQ? 7 square plus 1 square, that is root 50, that is 5 root 2. That's all. So if a triangle is of 5, 5, 5 root 2, it means this is 45, this is 45, and this is 90. Once you understand this, half into 5 into 5, that is 12.5. That's the answer, right? So the next concept that comes in coordinate is a very important one. It comes as equation of a line. So So what is the general equation of a line? It says y is equal to mx plus c, where c is a constant, m is called slope of the line, and x and y are the variables that's there with an equation. So before we get into this, let us understand what exactly is slope, because a lot of people have a confusion in slope, and there should be no confusion at all, because what exactly is a slope? Slope is a very normal concept. Imagine this is a road and this is a flyover. This flyover will make some angle with the road. This angle itself is called the slope. That's it. There is no other definition that exists for slope at all. The flyover is at some angle with respect to road. This angle itself is termed as the slope of a line. So imagine with respect to coordinate geometry, what happens? There is a coordinate plane. Now imagine there is any line. It will 100% cut the x-axis. Any line if you draw at any point in the x-axis, so the angle with the x-axis is called the slope. So what is the actual slope? Draw a line parallel to x-axis, draw a line parallel to y-axis. So if this is theta, this has to be theta. So actual slope is called tan theta perpendicular by base. So this is P by B. And theta is equal to tan inverse P by B. But this is not something that we need to study. There is no coordinate geometry, there is no trigonometry that we need to use. For GMAT purpose, imagine slope is just rise by run. Rise is nothing but y-axis. That is difference in y-axis. Y-axis by x-axis. Simple logic. So if there is a line, imagine this is point P, that is AB, and this is point Q, that is CD. So slope is difference in y-axis by difference in x-axis. So slope of this line would be B minus D by A minus C. Or I can say A minus C by B minus D. So slope is nothing but, please understand, m is equal to nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. The x1 and y1, x1 and y2 are 2 points. Or you can write y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2. If you're writing y2 minus y1, down it should be x2 minus x1. If you're writing on numerator y1 minus y2, down should be x1 minus x2. So difference of y-axis by difference of x-axis. For GMAT purpose, if at all we are trying to find the slope of a line, 2 points on the line should be given to you. Should be given to you. That's it. So before we go ahead, please understand there are two types of slope. One is called positive slope and one is called negative slope. So positive slopes are the line on the coordinate plane which intersects first quadrant 1 and quadrant 3 for sure. This is quadrant 3. This is called positive slope. And what is negative slope? It intersects quadrant 2 and quadrant 4 for sure. So positive slope may pass through second quadrant, may pass through fourth quadrant. It depends. Like if for us to understand in which quadrant it is passing, in which quadrant it is not passing, we'll have to draw a line on the coordinate plane on the graph. So just put the value of y and x. And negative slope will 100% pass through second quadrant and fourth quadrant. It may pass through 1, it may pass through 3. Now, which quadrant it passes through, which quadrant it does not passes through, to understand that, we'll have to plot the line on the graph. And how do you plot a line on the graph? Take some random x-axis and y-axis and just see exactly what happens. One single point you need to plot and you'll get to it. So before we go ahead, can we try solving question number 10, please? So any equation of a line can be converted into the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So your first job is to convert any equation of a line in form of y is equal to mx plus c, and then choose what is the value of m with respect, whatever the m is, positive or negative. So what happens here? So first convert the equation of a line into general form of a general equation of a line. That is nothing but 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 8 and y is equal to negative 3 by 4x plus 2. So this is the equation of a line. So I have here m what? Negative slope. So line should be this or this. The point is which line it won't pass through. This is my question. In which quadrant it does not, it passes through all the coordinate except. Now for that we need to plot the line on the graph. Just take one point. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. It means this is a line, this is the point where line is passing through. So it has to be in this way. It will not pass through the third quadrant. Now whatever other point you plot, it will all lie on the same line. So imagine if I put x is equal to 4 over here, I'll get y is equal to negative 1. So imagine this is x is equal to 4, y is equal to negative 1 here. So it will pass through this quadrant. So whatever line you plot, whatever point you plot, it will be all on the same line. Simple, straightforward logic. So that's what I was telling you. One second. So this is a positive slope, negative slope. I hope it's very clear. So any equation of a line can be converted into general equation of a line. That is nothing but y is equal to mx plus c. Now equation of a line when 2 points are given to you. When 2 points are given to you. What do you mean by this? Equation of a line when 2 points are given to you. Like imagine this is a point x1, y1. And this is a point x2, y2. This is given to you. So how do you derive the equation of a line? So it says y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. That's all. And what is m? M is the slope of line. You have taken y1. Just maintain the thing so that you are not confused. You can take y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 also. There is absolutely no ambiguity. But maintain this thing so that there is no confusion whatsoever. If you have taken y1 over here, while finding the slope of line, start with y1 minus y2. Because it is y1 minus y2, start with x1 minus x2. That's all. That's it. Or you can say y minus y2 is equal to m into x minus x2. Now here slope would be what? You have taken y2, so start everything with y2, y2 minus y1. Because you have taken y2 minus y1, you should take x2 minus x1. So you use any equation of a line, it doesn't matter at all, you will eventually get the same equation. So this is equation of a line when 2 points are given to you. That's it. Now the point is equation of a line when 1 point is given to you. Equation of a line when 1 point is given to you. So if 1 point is given to you, what exactly we try and do? So let's say this is a point x1, y1. So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. The point is if 1 point is given to us, we cannot find the slope of a line. And if we can't find the slope of a line, it means this line, the slope should be given to us in the question. If 1 point of the, if they are asking you to find the equation of a line just with 1 point over there, the slope of a line will be given to you for sure. Because to find the slope of a line in GMAT, you need 2 coordinates and there is just 1 coordinate over here. So you can't get the slope of a line. Am I being very clear? Anyone, any problem here? Now come down to equation of a line. Imagine the equation of a line is equal to y is equal to m1x plus c1. Let's say the first line I'm talking about y is equal to 5x plus 10. Second equation of a line is y is equal to m2x plus c2. So the second line I'm talking y is equal to 5x plus 20. Now what is the commonality between these two lines? Slopes are same. m1 is equal to m2. And constants are different. C1 is not equal to C2. It means the lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. Imagine if M1 is equal to M2 and C1 is also equal to C2, they'll eventually be the same line then. right? So if two slopes are equal and constant are different, lines are parallel. If the product of the slope is -1, it means lines are perpendicular. Am I clear? Anyone, any doubt here? Please tell. So now comes, they use a word called intercept. Please understand, do not go mad about it. Let's say this is a coordinate plane. They say x-intercept of a line is 4. What do you mean by x-intercept? It means a point on the x-axis. So x-intercept means a point on the x-axis is nothing but a point on x-axis. And y-intercept means a point on y-axis. So imagine if the line is given to you, y is equal to general equation of a line, y is equal to mx plus c. Find the x-intercept of this line. So to please understand what does x-intercept means, a point on the x-axis, on x-axis y is always 0. Y-intercept means a point on the y-axis, on y-axis x is always 0. To get the x-intercept of this line, put y is equal to 0. So mx plus c is equal to 0. So x-intercept of the line is nothing but minus c by m. To get the y-intercept of line, put x is equal to 0. So y-intercept becomes nothing but c. That's it. So do not confuse with the words called x-intercept, y-intercept. Pretty simple thing. Imagine this is a point. This is a point P which is AB. And this is a point Q which is CD. It is given to you M is the midpoint of P and Q. It means coordinates of M will be what? Average of their x and y coordinate. That is A plus C by 2 and B plus D by 2. Am I right? These are the normal thing. And with this particular, this much of information, you will be in a position to go ahead and solve any questions in coordinate geometry, I promise you. Try 21. Take a minute for this. D. No. Yes, what is the equation of a line QR? Anyone who has got it? If you actually find the equation of a line QR, considering 2 points are given to y minus y1 is equal to x and 2, you will get y is equal to minus x plus 2. This is the equation that you will get. What is the question asking? Does S intersect line QR? So line S is what? Exactly the same line. Y is equal to minus x plus 4. Line RQ is exactly, so they are eventually the same line. So they are technically intersecting at all the points. So sufficient. In option number 2, you get to know the slope of QR is -1. Slope of QR is -1. Slope of line S is also -1. But you are not sure about the constant. If constants are different, then the lines are parallel. They will never intersect each other. But if constants are same, they'll eventually be the same line. They'll be intersecting at all the points. So you have a yes and no situation depending on the constants that you will have. So this is not sufficient. A is the right answer. I hope I'm clear. Question number 22, please. Right. So line, it says that line L contain 0.23. This is 0.2 and 3. And PQ, where Q is 2, it is given to. So what is the slope of this line? M is equal to 3 minus 2, that is 1 over 2 minus Q. This is the slope. So whatever other line that is perpendicular to this line should have slope what? M1 into M2 should be equal to negative 1. M1 I know that 1 over 2 minus P, that is M2 is equal to negative 1. So slope of M2 should be what? P minus 2. So now your job is to simply convert all these equations of a line in form of y is equal to mx plus c. So if you convert this, y is equal to what? Px minus 2x plus 7. That is y is equal to px minus 2. Sorry, and take x common. What I mean, p minus 2 plus 7. So this is the same slope I've got. So you can mark answer A and move on. In GMAT only one answer is right. This is what we wanted. So this line will be perpendicular to this line. Correct? Can we do question number 23, please? So what it says, the line represented by equation, this is a perpendicular bisector of segment RP, and this is RP. It says perpendicular bisector, it means this is the midpoint, simple logic. Now what is the line? Y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. It says the coordinates of point is 4, 1. What are the coordinates of P? I think P is AB, that's it. If P is AB, I know that M is a midpoint. It is given to me because it is perpendicularly bisecting the segment RP. So what is the coordinate of M? 4 plus A by 2 and 1 plus B by 2. That's it, right? So equation of this line is negative half. You know that this is a perpendicular to RP. What is slope of this line is negative 2. And this line is perpendicular to RP. What is the slope of RP? Half. M1 into M2 is equal to negative 1. So M2 will come as half. Now what is the equation of RP? y minus y1, that is 1, is equal to m, that is half, into x minus 4, that is y is equal to half x minus 2 plus 1, this will be minus 1. That's it. This is the equation of RP, and this is the equation, perpendicular bisector equation is given. If I solve this two equation, do I get the value of point x and y? And that point x and y is nothing but a intersecting point. So imagine this is a line that is given to you, this line equation. So let's say this line equation is y is equal to 5x plus 10. And this line equation is y is equal to, let's say, 20x plus 30. Now you know that these two lines are intersecting. If you actually solve these two equations, you'll get the value of x and y. And that value is nothing but intersecting point. So what I'm trying to find, I'll solve these two equations, y is equal to minus half x minus 1 and y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Whatever the value of x and y I'll get, that will be a coordinate of point m, and then I just equate it. So when I solve this, I'll put value of y from equation 2 to equation 1. When I put the value, what do I get? Half x minus 1 is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So when you bring this half x plus 2x is equal to 5. 4 plus 1, 5. So this becomes 4x, 5x is equal to 10, x is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, and when I place it over here, I'll get y is equal to 0. It means point M is what? 2 and 0. Now just equate 4 plus a by 2 is equal to 2. It is just solving. So a is equal to 0 and 1 plus b by 2 is equal to 0. B is equal to minus 1. So ab is 0 and minus 1. There's nothing at all. It's a pure solving. Anyone, any problem here? No, right? Can we try question number 20, please? So it says in xy coordinate plane, what is the slope of a line that passes through horizon is equidistant? That passes through horizon and is equidistant from point 1 and 11 and 7 and 7. So equidistance is what? This is the midpoint. So what is this point? 1 plus 7 by 2, that is 4. 11 plus 7 by 2, 11 and 7, 18 by 4, 9. Now this is horizon, 0, 0. So what is the slope of this line? 9 minus 0 by 4 minus 0. These are 20-20 second question, guys. You should not take more. Right? Question number 19, please. 90, right. Line L is defined by equation this. That is, what is line L? Y is equal to minus 12, 5x plus 4. Always convert any line into form of y is equal to mx plus 0, so that it becomes much easier for you to identify. So this is line L. What is line W? 10y minus 2x minus 20. That is y is equal to negative 1 by 5x minus 2. So this is line W and this is line L. So what is the relation that we are looking into this? That m1 into m2 is equal to negative 1. So line L and W are perpendicular to each other. Line L and W are perpendicular to each other, right? Now it says that if line K does not intersect line L, what do you mean by line K does not intersect line L? It means line K is parallel to line L. Because only parallel line don't intersect each other. So if L is making 90 with us, K will also make 90. Question number 18, please. Yeah, not 6, minus 6. It says in xy plane, line K has a positive slope and x-intercept is 4. What do you mean by positive slope? Line passing through the first and second quadrant, right? And the x-intercept is 4. It means this is the positive slope line with x-intercept as 4. It means what? This is 4, 0. And if the area of a triangle formed by the K is formed by line K and two axes is 12, it means this area is 12. That is half into base is what? 4 into height is 12. So height is what? 12 into 2 by 4. That is 6. But because it is down of coordinate, down of origin, it should be minus 6. So what is the y-intercept of line? It is negatives. If you write 6, answer will have 6 minus 6 both. If you choose 6, that will be right. Question number 17, please. So what does it says in xy plane? What is the y-intercept of line L? Y-intercept of line L. Line L is not given to me. Let's say L is equal to y is equal to mx. This is line L. They're asking what is y-intercept. To find y-intercept, put x0. So y-intercept is equal to c. So technically, they're asking you what is the value of c. Can you find the value of c from this particular question? Yes or no? This is what is the question asking. So let's say slope of line L is 3 times the slope of y-intercept. Slope of line L, that is m, is 3 times y-intercept, that is 3c. So c is equal to what? M by 3. I don't know the value of m. How do I get the value of c? Not sufficient. Option number 2 says what? X-intercept of line. What is x-intercept of line? Minus c by m. Minus c by m is equal to negative 1 by 3. Negative negative cancel, c is equal to m by 3. I don't know the value of m. I can't get the value of c for sure, not sufficient. And eventually, if you combine, they are eventually the same equation, right? So even if you combine them, you can't do anything. Am I right? Any problem? Question number 16, please. E. Say circle, yeah, circle C and line K lies in xy plane. Circle C is centered at the origin and has a radius 1. Does line K intersect circle C? That is my question. So let's say this is the circle and this is centered at the origin. It means this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Radius is 1, simple logic. Does line K intersect circle C? Option number 1 is line K, the x-intercept of line K is greater than 1. So this could be a line K. It does not intersect circle. This could be a line K. So both the intercepts are greater than 1. One line is intersecting the circle, other line is not intersecting the circle. Not sufficient. Clear? Now come down to the second statement. It's the slope of line K is negative 1 by 10. It means the slope is negative. It will 100% pass through the second one, second and fourth quarter. So imagine this is the slope of line K is this. Parallel lines have the same slope. Imagine slope of line K. All these line K's are eventually the same line. Why? You know, all these lines are eventually they have the same slope. Why they have the same slope? Because so all these lines have the same slope because parallel lines have the same slope. This is a line whose slope is negative 1 by 10. X-intercept is greater. I'm combining itself. X-intercept is greater than 1. It does not intersect circle. This is a line K whose X-intercept is greater than 1 and it intersects the circle and the slope is negative 1 by 10. So, anyone, any doubt over here? Tell. So what is called slope? What is the equation of a circle? The equation of a circle is given by x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square, where a and b are called center of a circle. And r is radius. Simple. So imagine if I write an equation of line x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to 4 square. This means the center of the circle is 5 and 2 and you are drawing a circle of radius 4. That's it. So based on this, there is also some questions. Sometimes it has been asked and people come and say, Rahul, you have not taught circle. And that's the reason we could not do. And this is a GMAT question, retired GMAT question. So look into this. In whatever happens, they will never ever test you on a equation of circle and all. Please understand, in coordinate geometry, only coordinate of the points are tested. Nothing else is tested at all. Anything else you feel is tested, it is your feeling. It is actually not, it is not that equation of a circle is being tested. You should just know this. So imagine there is a question which says, does the circle with radius 4, does the circle with radius 4 and centered at AB and does the circle with radius 4 and centered at AB intersect y-axis? This is the question. So the center of a circle is AB, right? And the circle has radius for intersect y-axis. Statement number 1 says you, what is that? A square plus B square is greater than 16. Statement number 2 says you, A is equal to mod B plus. Can you please solve this? Take 2 minutes. Does a circle with radius 4 and centered at AB, so circle center is AB. So please understand, they are not testing on circle and all. Absolutely. What is the minimum value of it? If you take B anything, the minimum value, because mod B is always positive, so minimum value of A will be 0. So let's say this is a coordinate plane. And A is equal to minimum value of A is, if B is 0, A is 5. It means this is 5, 0. Now from, this is 5, 0. This is center of a circle. And if you draw a radius 4 circle, it will never intersect y-axis. To understand what you have to understand technically, does the circle with center AB and radius 4 intersect y-axis? So I have to technically understand what are the points A and B. If AB is 5, 0 and with radius 4 you draw a circle, it will never intersect y-axis. It's all coordinate that you are being tested on. So option number 2 is sufficient. Option number 1 says A square plus B square is equal to greater than 16. So 1 square plus 5 square is greater than 16. or 5 square plus 1 square is greater than 16. When you take 1 and 5, this place, and you draw a circle of 4, it will intersect the y-axis. When you take 5 and 1, this is 5 and this is 1, and draw a circle with radius 4, it won't intersect. So you have a yes and no situation now. B is the answer. So please understand, no circle is being tested. You are only being tested on the coordinates of point. You have to be a little open exactly what is happening. They will not test you on anything except coordinates. Do not overdo it. What is required, you do that. Nothing to overdo, please. Can we solve question number 25, please? Yeah, it says that line xy plane, line K passes through point 1, 1. So this is a coordinate plane. Line K is passing through point 1, 1, passing through point 1, 0, and they are intersecting at line 1 and minus 1. So line M can intersect in perpendicularly, M can intersect in this way also, line M can intersect in this way. There is no information given about them. You can mark answer within 20 seconds, and if it is not happening, there is a problem. Agreed? Even if you combine both the statement, you have no idea about line M. Understand? Can we do question number 27, please? Yeah, quite a simple one. It says that in rectangular, does line K intersect second quadrant? Option number 1 says slope is negative, so negative slope will surely go through the second quadrant. Sufficient. Option number 2 says y-intercept of line is minus 6. So this may be 0 and minus 6. Line K could be like this. This does not intersect. Line K could be like this. Question number 29, please. Yeah, so it says that in xy slope, line K passes through origin and point AB. XY slope line K passes through origin. Line K could be this, line K could be this. All these things are passing through origin. And through point AB. Point AB could be this. 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 From the question, this is what I get to understand. They're asking you is B positive. The slope of K is negative. If slope of K is negative, this is the only line. So AB could be here. So A is positive, B is negative. But in this case, A is negative and B is positive. Sorry, I don't need that. In this case, A is negative and B is positive. In this case, A is positive, A is positive and B is negative. My question is, what is B positive? B can be positive, B can be negative, not sufficient. Option number 2 says A is less than B. A is less than B in this case, but still B can be positive. A is less in this case for sure. B is positive. A is less than in this case for sure, but both can be negative. That's not an issue. But when you combine, then the entire scope lies only in second quadrant because it says slope of K is negative and A is less than B. A is less than B only in this situation. So B will always be positive. Question number 30 is a super easy problem. You solve it by yourself. Not to do anything. Question number 24. Can we try it? So it says what in xy coordinate plane line LNK intersect at point 43. So please understand this is not only the questions of coordinate, there is a mix of inequalities also. They intersect at point 4 and you don't know what is line L and L. Let's say this is line L. Let's say this is nothing but y is equal to m1 plus c1. And this is line k, which is nothing but y is equal to m2 m2x plus c2. Now they intersect at point 43. If they intersect at point 43, can I say point 43 will lie on both the lines? If point 43 lies both on both the lines, point 43 should satisfy both the lines. Which is, can I say this is nothing but 3 is equal to 4m1 plus c1. And here 3 is equal to 4m2 plus c2. What is my question being asked? Is the product of the slope negative? What is m1? m1 is equal to nothing but 3 minus c1 by 4. What is m2? That is 3 minus c2 by 4. This is what these are all derivations I have done just by reading the question. This is what I can think of. That's all. Now, I don't know whether these are the information that will come into my use or not, but this is the max that I can think by reading the question. That's as simple as it is. Option number 1 says the product of x-intercept of line L and K is positive. So what is x-intercept of line L? Minus c1 by m1 into minus c2 by m2 is equal to c1 c2 by m1 m2, and this is positive. Now, just by knowing this is positive, I can't determine anything about c1 c2 and m. Sign of c1 c2 and sign of m1 m2. A fraction is positive when both numerator and denominator are of same sign. So c1 c2 m1 m2 can be both negative. c1 c2 m1 m2 can be both positive, and still the entire fraction will be positive, so not sufficient. Option number 2 says the product of the y-intercept of an LNK is negative. Product of the y-intercept is c1 c2 is negative. But no idea about m1 m2, not sufficient. But when you combine this, see here c1 c2 by m1 m2 is positive, c1 c2 is negative. So for this to be positive, m1 m2 should be negative. Sufficient. Any problem? Question number 28 is exactly the same in a different wording. Can you please try question number 28? Take a minute. So it says what two line L and K intersect at point 43. Let's say this is line L, exactly same thing. Y is equal to this C1. This is line K. Y is equal to m2x plus c2. Okay. Intersect at point 43. So point 43 will satisfy both the lines. That is K is equal to 4 plus c1. And m1 here is what? 3 minus c1 by 4. And this is 3 is equal to 4m2 plus c2. And what is m2 over here? 3 minus c2 by 4. Agreed? These are the value of m1 and m2. The question is asking is the product of their slope negative 1. So this is what I can do maximum by thinking from the by looking into option number 1 and say the x-intercept of line L and K are positive, which means minus c1 by m1 is positive. Minus c2 by m2 is positive. I don't know this negative sign is c1 or m1. We are not sure anything from it. We cannot be very sure what is the sign of m1. So not sufficient. Option number 2 says what the y-intercept of line L and K are negative. It means C1 is negative, C2 is negative. If C1 is negative, from here, can I predict M1 will be 100% positive? And if C2 is negative, from here, can I predict M2 will be 100% positive? If M1 and M2 are positive, is the product of their slope negative and practically impossible to confirm? No answer. Be sufficient to answer the question. The same question in a different wording. Is this clear? 26th number, please. It says what line N and P lies in the xy plane. The slope of line is the slope of line L less than slope of line P. Option number 1 says that N and P intersect at point 5. So let's say this is line N and this is P. Let's say this is y is equal to M1x plus C1. P is y is equal to M2x plus C2. Now they intersect at point 5, 1, 1. Simple, straightforward logic. Now what we have known. So if it intersect at point 5, 1, 5, 1 will satisfy both the line. That is 1 is equal to 5 M1 plus C1, 1 is equal to 5 M2 plus C2. So M1 is nothing but 1 minus C1 by 5. M2 is nothing but 1 minus C2 by 5. So these are M1 and M2 value, but I can't say which is greater and which is lesser, so not sufficient. Option number 1 says the y-intercept of an is greater than 1. Option number 1 says C1 is greater than C2. But just by knowing C1 is greater than C2, how can I say M1 is less than M2? So not sufficient again. But when you combine M1 is equal to 1 minus C1 by 5, M2 is equal to 1 minus C2 by 5. The difference lies only in C1 and C2. If C1 is greater than C2, M1 has to be less than M2. So the question is for namesake in coordinate geometry, but technically all these questions are of inequality. You can check it out. Nothing at all is being tested on coordinate at all. Question number 14, please. Again, it's an equality question in terms of a coordinate geometry. And that's the reason it is that we put good amount of time in algebra. So what it says in xy plane, does the line with the equation thus contain point rs? If at all it contains point rs should satisfy this line. If at all, if rs, if at all point rs lies on this line, then I should be able to prove this is equal to 3r plus 2, or this 3r plus 2 minus s is equal to 0. This is my question. If I can prove this, it's done. It says 3r plus 2 minus s into 4r plus 9. Imagine 3r plus 2 is a and this is b. So option number 1 says ab is equal to 0. It can say that either a can be 0 or b can be 0. Not sufficient. Now this is again a and this is c because this is a different one. So ac is equal to 0. Again, either a can be 0 or c can be 0. Not sufficient. But when you combine them, a is equal to 0. And if a is equal to 0, a is nothing but 3r plus 2 minus s. That's it. It's a normal inequality problem for them. You just have to understand what the question. And we do 15th number. So it says what in xy plane, given R consists of all the points xy such that 2x plus 3y is less than equal to the 6. Is point R is lies in the region? If point R is lies in the region, it should be is 2r plus 3s less than equal to 6. This is my question. Now there are two statements given to you. I forget coordinate geometry at all. First question is statement number 1 is 3r plus 2s is equal to 6. Now tell me, to understand 2r plus 3s is less than equal to 6, what you need to know? You need to know the value of r and s1, and then you will be able to say whether it is less than 6 or not. This is a normal thought process that I can have. From this is a place, from statement number 1, what I'll try to do, I'll try to figure out the value of r and s. Imagine if I put r as 2, s as 0, I'll get 6. Imagine if I put r as 0, s as 3, I'll still get 6, right? So my first RS point is 2, 0. If I put 2, 0 here, I'll get 4 less than equal to 6. My second is point is 0, 3. If I put 0, 3, I'll get 9 greater than equal to 6. Not sufficient, straightforward logic. There is nothing at all. Option number 2 says R is greater less than equal to 3 and S is less than equal to 2. You take some point R is equal to 3, S is equal to 2, you will see 2R plus 3S is greater than equal to 6. You take R is equal to 0, S is equal to 0, you will see 2R plus 3S is equal to 6. Not sufficient. Now, if you combine what's gonna done? Now, if you combine, you will have to figure out the value of R and S using both the equations. So imagine if you consider here R is equal to 3 from option number 2. Put it over here, get the value of X. Imagine you consider S is equal to 2 from option number 2. Put it back over here, get the value of R. And then put it back over here, you will have a yes or no situation. So this will be E. But you expect it, do it by yes. I don't know what's bothering you. Pretty simple questions. Question number 13, right? Equation of this line is nothing but y is equal to x plus 3. They're asking you a reason which lies, want xy that lie below the line will below the line. Question number 6. Take 1 minute. That's it. So it says the equation y is equal to x square plus minus p plus q plus pq. Does this equation intersect x-axis at point 20? So on x-axis y is 0. If we need to intersect, if this equation intersects x-axis at point 20, what exactly I need to do? I need to find the point value of x. And on x-axis y is 0, so x square minus x p plus q plus pq is equal to 0. Now to get the value of x, I need to know p plus q and pq. Option number 1 gives you pq, option number 2 gives you p plus q. C is the answer. If I mark in a second and move on. Only start finding the value of x, not recommended at all. If you may get 2-0, you may not get 2-0. In both the case, you have a confirm yes and confirm no as the answer. Question number 2, please. Exactly the same question in a different wording. Can you please try? It says in xy plane at which 2 points the graph intersect x-axis. To intersect the x-axis, it should be. So this is the graph. At what 2 points the graph intersect x-axis? So for that, we have to ensure that y should be 0. Now I need to know the value of a plus b. AB is given to me in statement number 1, but doesn't know about anything about b. So not sufficient. Option number 2 says what the graph intersect y-axis at 0. This is a graph. It intersect y-axis at 0 and minus 6. So it means minus 6, x is 0. So this is 0, this is 0 plus AB. So you have got AB is equal to minus 6 from option number 2. Put it over here. So see this straightforward. Option number 2 gives you value of AB. Option number 1 gives you value of A plus B. Can we try last question, question number 1? So it says what? This is a normal understanding. A simple one plane, one line logic. It says that point P AB and point Q, that is CD. When they will lie in same coordinate plane, when the x coordinate and
Same
y
signs.
coordinates of same sign of A and C should be same. And sign of E and D should be. That's it. This is a plain simple logic. So it says that point minus A, B and point minus B, A lies in the same coordinate. Can I say sign of minus A and minus B should be same? And sign of B and A should be same. What they are technically trying to say you by giving you this information, they are trying to say you sign of A and B are. Is this, can you conclude yes or no? Sir, this particular information is just trying to say you the sign of A and B. When sign of minus A and minus B and sign of A and B, technically it is to say sign of A and B are same. Story over. Right? Any problem here? Now it says that does minus x and y lies in the same coordinate? So the question is asking is sign of minus A, minus B and minus x same, and is sign of B, A, Y same. I know that sign of A and B are same. Can I change my question to sign of A, B, X, Y same or not? If you can change this, it's a easy question. So or else you keep trying, you will literally go mad about it. So my job is to understand they are trying to ask us is sign of minus A, is sign of minus A, minus B and minus X and sign of B and Y is same. I know that sign of A and B are same. So it's very evident that we can conclude that is sign of A, B, X, Y same or not. And if you can conclude this, option number 1 says what? A, B, X, Y greater than 0. So X, Y greater than 0, it just says the sign of X and Y are same. I have no idea about A, B, X and Y. It's not sufficient. Option number 2 says sign of A and X are same. Sign of A and X is same. And I also know from the question sign of A and B are same. So can I conclude sign of A, B, X is same? But I'm not sure about Y from statement number 2. So this is not sufficient. Now option number 1 says sign of X and Y are same. Sign of A, B, X is same. So I can conclude sign of A, B, X, Y is same. Any doubt? So this is done with coordinate geometry. Pretty simple topic, pretty simple topic. Next class, we'll do arithmetic. So this is a topic that can be done in one class. If you study, then we can do it in one class. If you feel that it's, if you can't study full, then we'll do just half. And if you have studied, we can finish in one class. There's no big deal. Okay? Chalo, bye. See you tomorrow. We are doing CRC tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.